Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Wine Rookie. On today's tasting, we are opening up a Pinot Noir out of Oregon's oldest and largest wine growing region. That's right, the Willamette Valley. Now, often compared to the Burgundy region in France, the Willamette Valley focuses on growing mostly Burgundian grapes. So they grow Chardonnay, and that's right, Pinot Noir. In fact, 72% of all the grapes grown in the valley are Pinot Noir grapes. And nature and nurture are both very important for Pinot Noir wines, and that's because they're exceptionally expressive of the terroir in which they're grown, which includes the soil, the climate, and the terrain of the region, as well as the tradition or the winemaking processes of the producer. So let me introduce to you today, this is the 2021 vintage Pinot Noir out of Willamette Valley from Domaine Loubejac. So because of the rich terroir of Willamette Valley, as well as the winemaking practices of owner, farmer, and winemaker Laurent Montelieu, this wine scored 91 points from James Suckling. Dang, we try a lot of the same wines James does. But before we open up this bottle and try it, B-roll. Thanks for your patience, everybody. We have our Pinot Noir poured out now, and we're going to start looking at all the aspects of the wine. So first we look at visual aspects. As wine rookies, we want to gather as much information about wine as possible. So Pinot Noir is a thin-skinned grape. And so you're not going to see a lot of deep, rich color from that, unless, of course, the winemaker chooses to leave the skin contact for a ridiculous amount of time. But this is a pale, even almost medium ruby red in the glass. And then as far as the viscosity goes, it's pretty thin. So we're hoping for a drier Pinot Noir here. And then 13.5% alcohol. That's on the top end of medium, and then the bottom end of like medium plus on the alcohol. So we see quite a bit of wine tears here, but they're pretty thin actually. So it's a copious amount, but a very thin wine tears in the glass. So next up, we're going to assess the aromas of the wine. We do this by swirling the wine in the glass. So if you're not very good at doing that, you can start on the table and you can move up from there using all the force that you just created to continue that motion. You can use your hand as a base. You could even just use a finger. And then, I mean, if you're really good at swirling your wine, you can just do it right off the bat. You're familiar with the motion. This aerates the wine. This covers the glass with alcohol. That alcohol evaporates, and that's what we're going to assess as aroma compounds. So all those chemicals in the wine, our brain will start to separate and to decipher, and we get all those nice aromas. So here we go. First things first, red fruits pop out at me. I get some cherry, like a cherry cola kind of note and aspect from this, but I also get like leather. So think if you put on a leather jacket and you can smell that, the leather off of your jacket, that's the kind of note I get here. I get vanilla, Ceylon cinnamon. So that just leads us to believe there's a heavy oak influence in this wine, in this Pinot Noir from Oregon. And I also get like a red licorice, like an Australian licorice. So that really sweet red licorice. And then I also get a little bit of like campfire smoke, or you're at a fireworks show and that like fireworks smoke towards the end, if the wind brings that smoke to you, kind of smell from this wine. So some earthiness too. And all that, that's a lot of notes in this wine. This is a pretty, very aromatic wine. Before we get into the tasting, I was shared with that I should be giving you guys more of the prices so that we can evaluate whether or not this is a wine that we would pick up from the store based on what we liked. You know, maybe if it's out of your price range, you don't even want to go look for it. But I found this for $20. So Domaine Loubejac, the 2021 vintage, for around 20 bucks. And now we're going to go ahead and taste it. We're going to go through all the complexities. What's the acidity, the tannins, and whatnot. And we'll go from there. So here we go. First things first, again with that oak influence, I get some spices in my mouth, like clove and allspice. It's really nice, but this is a medium plus acidity Pinot Noir, and that with the red fruits, the acidity with the red fruits leans more towards cranberry, but still kind of sweet enough for like some strawberry notes here. Really delicious. And there's kind of like, I don't know, there's something earthy in there, maybe some mushrooms on the tasting notes as well. Tannins, round tannins. So these just cover the palate. You can barely feel them. They're there, not too drying, really great, lovely tannins. And this is a dry Pinot Noir. So medium plus acidity. Tannins were medium minus and round. And a just delicious Pinot Noir. I'd say medium bodied too. It's pretty present. Overall, I definitely really enjoyed this Pinot Noir. For $20, I'm going to keep exploring the other options, but I definitely recommend picking it up. And if you do pick it up and you pair it with dinner, I do like a hazelnut crusted salmon. So stick with the Oregon foods, do some hazelnut crusted salmon, or some hazelnut crusted tofu if you do not eat meat. And then on a cheese board, I'm thinking a goat cheese here. I'm a big fan of Manchego. And then again, some freshly toasted hazelnuts on that cheese board to go with it. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you made it all the way through, you might as well do that for me. It would really help the channel and the video. Otherwise, we'll see you next time for another Wine Rookie tasting. Cheers.